What if I told you that your Facebook likes, the music you enjoy, the memes you share, even the people you secretly stalk, could be used to control your political beliefs? That's not a conspiracy theory. It's exactly what happened in one of the biggest scandals in tech history, the Facebook Cambridge Analytica data breach. This wasn't about selling ads. This was about shaping democracy itself. Today, we're going behind the scenes of how our personal data became a weapon. But first, let me ask you, do you think we've already lost control of our privacy forever? Or do we still have a chance to fight back? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll feature some in the next video. In 2004, Facebook started as a simple Harvard experiment. By 2010, it wasn't just a social network. It was the biggest collection of human behavior in history. Think about it. Facebook didn't just know your birthday or relationship status. It knew your browsing habits, the articles you clicked, the ads you lingered on, even the posts you almost liked but didn't. This data was more valuable than oil. And like oil, people were willing to do anything to get it.
If somebody was to put the question to you about the magnitude of what you think you've launched, how big do you think your product or your service is?
Well, it's impossible to tell. When we first launched, we were hoping for, maybe 400, 500 people. Harvard didn't have a Facebook, so that's the gap that we were trying to fill. And now we're at 100,000 people, so who knows where we're going next. We're hoping to have many more universities by the fall, hopefully over 100 or 200. And from there, we're going to launch a bunch of side applications, which should keep people coming back to the site and maybe could make something cool.
What is the Facebook exactly?
It's an online directory that connects people through universities and colleges through their social networks there. You sign on, you make a profile about yourself by answering some questions, entering some information such as your concentration or major at school, contact information about phone numbers, instant messaging screen names, anything you want to tell, interests, what books you like, movies, and most importantly, who your friends are. And then you can browse around and see who people's friends are and just check out people's online identities and see how people portray themselves and just find some interesting information about people.
In 2014, a researcher named Alexander Kogan released a personality quiz app. This is your digital life. It looked fun, harmless, the type of thing you'd take on a lazy afternoon. About 270,000 people joined. Here's the trick. The app didn't just take their answers. It took their entire Facebook profiles. And thanks to Facebook's loose rules at the time, it also sucked in all their friends' data. Imagine if one of your friends took that quiz. You never agreed, but your data still got stolen. From 270,000 volunteers, they built a data set of 87 million people. That's not a quiz. That's a heist. Cambridge Analytica turned this stolen data into a weapon. They built psychological profiles of voters, introverts, extroverts, anxious people, angry people. Everyone had a digital fingerprint. And then came the targeting. If you were fearful, you saw ads amplifying your fears. If you were patriotic, you saw messages stoking nationalism. It wasn't persuasion, it was manipulation. Two people living next door to each other could be living in completely different realities because their feeds were engineered to exploit their emotions. What do you think? Is it fair game for campaigns to use your psychology against you, or is that crossing an ethical line? Let me know below. Cambridge Analytica didn't stop at theory. They put their methods to the test. On the biggest stages in the world, the 2016 US presidential election, the Brexit referendum, both campaigns reportedly benefited from their strategies. Suddenly, this wasn't about online ads. It was about who ruled nations. And here's the chilling part. Many experts believe the outcomes of those votes were influenced, even changed by these manipulative tactics. Most of the world would have never known, if not for a whistleblower. Christopher Wiley, a former Cambridge Analytica employee, exposed everything. He called the company a psychological warfare machine. And when his story hit the press, it shattered the illusion of Facebook as a harmless social network.
America is the canary in the coal mine. We must address the digital echo chambers that are being exploited to algorithmically segregate American society. Online communities should unite us and not divide us. The Cambridge Analytica scandal has exposed that social platforms are no longer safe for users. These platforms are a critical part of American cyberspace and are in desperate need of protection and oversight. There is a new game being played, and that the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness need to be defended from those who might undermine them using new technologies, whether they are corporations, whether they are nations, or whether they are non-state actors.
In 2018, the world exploded with outrage. Facebook lost over $100 billion in market value. Politicians dragged Mark Zuckerberg before Congress, asking if Facebook had lost control. Hashtags like #delete Facebook trended worldwide. And Cambridge Analytica? They shut down, trying to vanish into the shadows. But the damage was already done. The public now knew our data could be weaponized against us. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Cambridge Analytica was just the tip of the iceberg. Data collection didn't stop. If anything, it grew more advanced. TikTok, Google, Instagram, every platform runs on the same engine, harvesting our attention, predicting our behavior, and influencing our choices. The question isn't who's watching you. The question is, what are they doing with what they know? And here's something most people don't realize. Before Cambridge Analytica hit the West, they tested their methods elsewhere. In countries like Kenya, Trinidad, and Nigeria, they experimented with the same tactics on vulnerable democracies far from the spotlight. The scandal we remember wasn't the beginning. It was just the moment the world finally looked up. So what do you think? Are we still in control of our digital lives, or are we all just puppets on strings of data? Comment your answer below. I want to hear your take. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button, share it with a friend who needs to know the truth, and of course, subscribe for more shocking history stories the world tried to hide from you.